This is FOX News Midday.
Another Monday with the mayor. Mayor Ivy Taylor is here with us for a few minutes. Good to see you again.
Good morning. Good to see you too.
Hasn't rained in our area lately, but we're still going to talk about water this morning
Okay.
in terms of SAWS and the Vista Ridge project here, which is coming up before the City Council again this week.
Yes, the council is going to get an update on what's been happening with the project. In the news has been a lot of information regarding the partner company that's involved, Abengoa,
Right.
and they're going through some restructuring. But the main thing for us to focus on is the project, which is still viable. We just need to make sure we have a right structure in place as far as partnerships. So we'll be talking about all that, what all our options are.
So in terms of the funding or the equity, everything, those kinds of behind-the-scene concerns, everything's okay?
We are still focused on protecting the ratepayers, and the structure that the deal that we had in place does just that, and we want to ensure that that continues to happen.
Okay, busy week as we said. Something else on your radar here, you are looking at the city manager, Cheryl Scully.
Yes.
And I guess her contract is coming up, and now the decision is, do you extend that, and if so, what are the terms for that? How does that work?
Yeah, well, we did a performance review for the manager. She did a self-evaluation. I talked with all the council members, and I provided her some feedback, and now we're looking to go ahead and extend her contract, which is expired. So we'll be taking that up at council on Thursday to go ahead and extend it and change a few of the stipulations in that contract.
It seems to me when the topic of her, of course, you know, salary, her contract comes up, it can be very polarizing. You're there at City Hall, you see what she does. Can you talk to our viewers here, some of those who have said she's overpaid, it's not
Sure.
worth it? You know, how can you pay this kind of money?
Sure. Well, what I would say is that we have a very well-run city. We're financially strong, and we are responsive to the citizens, and that she has a big job. You know, in the corporate sector, to ask someone to manage a $2 billion budget and 11,000 employees, I don't think you'll get anyone who's willing to do that for, you know, under $200,000. So I think given the level of responsibility that she has, that her compensation is fair.
Right, and it's, I guess, an investment from your perspective there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on now to another Meet the Mayor event, which is coming up. And again, in the interest of being accessible, you will be at a local library tomorrow night, right?
Yes, yes. I'll be at the Tobin
Yes.
Branch Library.
Yeah, on the northeast side there on Oakwell.
Yes, yes.
And there are the particulars right there. So people come out, how does it work? Is there a Q&A, or they can literally come sit
So
up next to you?
They come and sit down with me, and they get 10, 15 minutes to ask me anything or to relay any concerns that they have. There's no formal presentation. It's literally the chance for citizens to have their one-on-one time with their mayor.
And you're there for an hour and a half. I don't know how many major cities do that or make their mayor that readily available to the constituents.
Well, I think it's important
Yeah.
that we do that, and it's great for me to be able to hear
Yeah.
from folks what their concerns and priorities are.
And I would imagine a few times you get something from a constituent, you think, well, that's not a bad idea, and take
Yeah.
that back to City Hall.
Yeah, sure do.
Okay, last thing before you leave, on a much more serious note here, we just recently found out in the last hour that Buckner Fanning, a huge person here in terms of faith in our community for many, many years, has passed away, died peacefully last night. In case you're just hearing about this, we're getting all the reaction on social media and everything. I wondered if you wanted to chime in on that.
Well, I'd just like to extend my condolences to the Fanning family and ask that everyone be in prayer, and just say how much we appreciated his service to San Antonio for so many years.
People like me who grew up watching all those commercials and everything will remember the impact he had. And so, again, we're thinking about him and his family this morning as he has passed away last night peacefully. Okay, now let's get back to the mayor here and remind you that she wants to hear from you. If you can't make it to the library tomorrow night, then you can certainly contact her via social media, and there are the various ways to do that. Email will work as well. You can send us your questions, news@kabb.com. We'll be with her again next Monday, and that's an opportunity for you for her to hear from you and get your questions answered. So with that, Mayor, as always, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you.